Hi, everybody. I wanted to talk about just a few of the latest developments in the Marilyn Manson situation. So I put out a video, my friend Celtic Iron and I put out a video last weekend about the Kanye West show and the listening party in Chicago where he shocked everyone by having Manson on stage. But I want to talk about some developments since then in the last few days. I also talked about the Evan Rachel Wood rebuttal of sorts with that. So anyway, check out those videos. I have them linked in the comments in the description. But I wanted to talk today about someone who's finally got, or at least he had for a while until he got cold feet. Someone finally had some balls about this situation, okay? And not to use sexually exclusive language, but yes, someone had some balls. So anyway, there was this rapper, I'm not familiar with him, sorry, Westside Gunn, and Kanye West invited this guy to be one of the people on the stage at this listening party last weekend, and so he shared the stage with Marilyn Manson, I guess got to know Manson, and so Westside Gunn proudly posted on his Instagram a picture of him standing next to Manson, either before or after the show. And of course, after that, he immediately starts getting flack from these, pearl-clutching busybodies who haven't gotten the memo that Marilyn Manson is innocent of these allegations against him. It's a media-driven conspiracy hoax. It is, and this does happen at times and in celebrity cases. Okay, not all, but in this situation. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I invite you to please look at any of the hours of videos that I've done in which I break down the allegations and I look at the lawsuits. And I look at the interviews, some of the interviews that are out there with the accusers, and evidence inconsistencies. It just becomes very, very clear that Manson is the victim of the hoax because he's an easy target. People look at him and they say, well, of course, he burns Bibles on stage, and look at the way that he dresses in the makeup and all the scary things, and look at that book that he wrote, even though it was fictional, and everybody knows it's fictional and has known that for years. And so, yeah, he's an easy target. And they say, oh, of course he was doing this stuff to these women. But no, he wasn't. And it's a complicated thing, but take a look at my videos. But anyway, here's the thing. He's not been found guilty of anything. There are no open investigations on him anymore, okay? This is a misperception that there are open investigations on Manson. All investigations, there weren't. I think there weren't that many to begin with. There was, I think, one that the LA Sheriff's Department opened. Anyway, but they've been closed. And so what he's got is civil suits. Okay, there's some civil lawsuits that some of these accusers have filed against him after apparently going to him first and trying to extort money from him. But anyway, that's a whole other topic. And so anyway, yeah, that's what's going on. And so nothing's been proven. These are just merely he said, she said situations. There's no evidence. In fact, the only evidence that is out there disproves some of what the accusers are saying, such as the fact, for instance, that accuser Esme Bianco claims that she got significant scars from a beating he supposedly gave her with a whip. She even showed a picture of a scarred up back with of course, the head conveniently missing from the picture, so you can't actually see who it is. But then, internet sleuths dig up pictures of her back from later events that she was at, where you can very clearly see that there was absolutely a pristine back, no scarring or whatsoever. So anyway, and then other of the accusers, some of the others have gotten caught in various other lies and so forth. And of course, one of the examples that people like to use a lot is that of Ashley Morgan Smithline, and her fake Pinterest photos of the love bites Manson supposedly gave her that turned out to just be Pinterest stock photos, and she had to take them down when people realized it. Annie Abrams, who's the first person mentioned in one of these lawsuits against Manson, and her entire life has been completely debunked. She's just a kind of a serial con artist and a deeply troubled person. So this is what we're dealing with here in a lot of these situations. And anyway, the point is, someone finally had the guts to come out and say, hey, no, enough. And so this is what happened. This Westside Gunn guy posted this picture on his Instagram, And then all these ridiculous people got on his case. And I know a number of well-meaning people as well, but people got on his case, right? And so this is what he said. This is his reply. He says, matter of fact, y'all show me where he was convicted. I'll take it down. Well, he hasn't been convicted. Not even an investigation anymore. The only legal issue that he's got going on right now in terms of like with the U.S. government is the spitting on the camera incident. I'll talk about that in a minute. It's BS. Okay, so then Westside Gunn says, I've been to prison. And he says, until you can show me evidence, until you can show me where he was convicted, then shut the... I've been to prison before. You can't say somebody's a snitch without paperwork. And so I love that. He's like, even in prison, okay, we know you can't just go by accusations. You need evidence. You need paperwork. Y'all can't convict anybody off allegations. Y'all didn't stop watching Tyson fights, and I love Tyson. Y'all didn't say that about Kobe's legacy, and I love Kobe. Y'all don't say that about Tupac. Y'all say he's the greatest, so get the out of here. Y'all was just saying don't wear Gucci last year, and now y'all lined up down the block for them belts, and then he has the crying and laughing emojis. So, I like this. He's pointing out the hypocrisy, too, of how people are jumping on Manson because Manson makes a very easy target with his public persona and what it's been, for years. Manson makes an easy target. He's like, but y'all, you love Tyson, you love Kobe, and they've got accusers. They've got people in their past accusing them of things, okay, of assault, rape, things like that. And Tupac, I don't know the story about Tupac. So anyway, but somebody can tell us in the comments. And then Gucci, I guess the thing with Gucci is that Gucci didn't Gucci do something that supposedly it was kind of racist, or I can't remember. I can't keep up with everything, right? But anyway, the point is, he's pointing out this hypocrisy here. Well, I wish that I could stop the story there and just say, like, yay, Westside Gunn, you've got balls, good for you. But unfortunately, it's kind of like, for those of you who are a little bit older in my audience, you might remember the Paul Harvey show, and he was saying, now for the rest of the story. Well, unfortunately, the rest of the story here is that I guess somebody on his team, on Westside Gunn's team, did get to him, and they were like, yeah, you need to take that down. Because it's not there anymore. But hey, for like 11 glorious hours, there was this great post and this great rebuttal, and it was a great to people who believe that they can enforce their vision of the world on everyone, okay? And there are people whose vision of the world is that women never lie about assault or harassment, and that men are always guilty when accused, and that we can't ever question it, even when we have a lot of contradictions and evidence to the contrary, and even when there are very clear motives for deception, in this case, a lot of media attention, potentially money, and in Evan Rachel Wood's case, she gets to burnish her activist credentials as this lesbian and gender activist, and who is dating a hardcore lesbian activist artist who has been accused of political hoaxes in the past. So that's the situation that we're looking at. And again, if you haven't followed my videos, I'm going to have links in the comments, not only to my videos, but to some others making a similar case. And there's just a lot out there. If you don't know, dig into this case, because there's a lot. It's very complicated, and it does really seem like Marilyn Manson is innocent of these allegations. All right. So anyway, yeah, so good for him, for a little while. Westside Gunn, you had some guts. Hey, if you're watching this, Westside Gunn, throw it back up there and come out guns blazing, metaphorically, and just let him have it again. I don't know. And you get some good publicity out of it, actually, I think. People are tired of this stuff, and the tide is turning with Johnny Depp. It's turning. I know it feels too slow. I know it does, but the tide is turning for Johnny Depp. And so, let's just kind of keep the faith and hope that what is right is what wins out in the end. All right. So what about the spitting thing that we keep hearing about with Marilyn Manson? I see that's back in the news today, and I did a video on that too. It's nothing, okay? You can even see footage of this online. TMZ aired it a while back. All it is a money grab here. So you have this camera woman, and well, a money grab, and also maybe some annoyance on her part. All right. But you have this camera woman who went to work at a Marilyn Manson concert, and she was going to be working in the pit. Okay. She was going to be working right there. And it's well known that Marilyn Manson, that there's spit that kind of goes flying in his rock concerts. In fact, if you look at the press ID badge for this particular concert tour. It actually said something like "spit on me" or something like that. So I mean, that was actually a part of the thing, okay? And so this woman is there, and you can see it. You know, he doesn't spit on her. He goes up and he like spits into the camera, kind of into or on the camera. Again, you can see the video, and so she's claiming it damaged her camera. Manson said that she never provided any documentation of the supposed damage. She just asked for $25,000. Come on. And now she's, and now this crap is tying up the court system. So give me a break. That's not legitimate. All right. Anyway, so that's about all that's going on. Let me know what you think. And as usual, please support my work. Please subscribe. It helps the algorithms a lot. Please go over to my friend Celtic Irons page. He also does videos supporting Manson and very interesting stuff. Subscribe to his page, and I'll have all that, like I said, in the comments and the description. And then, of course, please support my work through PayPal or Patreon. Every little tip helps. And if everybody who regularly watches my stuff gave me a measly $1, I would end up with a pretty good bit of money, right? It's like 1 out of 100 or less, actually, who tip. So I'm gonna start mentioning it more, just because, hey, Manson doesn't pay me. No one on his team does. It's just me doing this stuff. So I hope you appreciate it. And whether you can tip or not, I appreciate your support and your views and your encouragement. Okay, everybody, have a good day. Bye-bye.